Hey everyone, welcome to the Play versus Fall 2020 High School Championship. We're going to be handling all of the statewide competition finals today. My name is Matt Niberia Clendaniel, and I am joined by the one, the only, the beautiful Matthew Cubby Samuelson. Cubby, how you doing today?
Great, man. I'm really excited to get the Matt and Matt duo going. We haven't been able to do this yet. So usually it's TJ with the Matt. So I'm glad that we just got to kick him out. Make sure we have a superior first name on the broadcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boot him out. We've got Producer Pine on, though, so it's not the triple Matt, but I'd rather have Producer Pine any day. So today we're going to be going through two matches. We're going to be heading through Michigan and New York. It's a little bit of an East Coast state tour, which I say realizing that Michigan is not on the East Coast, but it's close enough that I almost got away with it. So let's take a look at the format going into the tournament. Where, of course, just like any state championship, it is single elimination all the way through. We're going to be having best of threes here today, and there are 29 leagues coming out here in Play versus both state and regional. So that's really exciting for me, who's never really seen high school competition here for League of Legends or pretty much anything other than my brother's basketball team. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
Honestly, I'm just excited to see the fact that, 29 competitions are going on, state and regional level. I think it's great that esports are growing in high school. And personally, I've seen it. Scouting is important if you're a collegiate coach, like I am at Miami University of Ohio. So get some free scouting today, which is also fun. But I'm just happy to see 29, leagues that are supported by this. And hey, we get to bring you the action to some of the best teams from two of them today.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Michigan, I have no strong feelings about one way or the other. New York, I love their bagels. So that's my read on these two championships today.
You are a big fan of bagels.
I am. I made some more today. I'm very excited.
Why didn't you share, man? You should ship something.
I should have, maybe after the break I'll bring in some bagels, but we'll see.
Okay.
But before that, we gotta get ready for the action. So first up, we're gonna have Michigan, and we're gonna do something a little controversial. A little bit special today. We're going to be skipping draft entirely. So we're going to be heading right on to the action in a few seconds. But before that, I do want to talk about how excited I am for high school competition, because I know that especially you and I have talked about a lot about the collegiate level, where there's tons of scholarships coming out, but Playversus now has sort of filled this hole in the ecosystem for high school, because there was really no path like there is in, say, the NBA, where you're really good in high school, you get scouted, you go to collegiate, and then you head off to the NBA or you finish your degree having had a great time in the meantime. But now, finally, we have that for esports as well, which is really exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, I know the high school sports, something that so many of us have taken a part of in traditional sports. Personally, I played golf in high school. And so I'm just really excited that these kids, get a chance to play a team sport. I think it's a lot of growth and development happens when you're forced to work with a team. The fact that it's coming into esports and video games, that Playversus is stepping up as well. I think they've dropped like $600K in scholarships for these guys, but enough of that. We got to focus on this first game, Niberia.
That's right. No more bad memories of high school for me, who never competed in anything except for swimming. And then I got attacked by my dad's dog and had to stop. Let's get into the game. We've got Michigan coming up here. The first matchup is EKHS Red versus Dakota Lowell.
Yeah, excited to see this one. And Niberia, I think right off the bat, we skipped over draft, so that means we have to cover it just a little bit. My eyes immediately go towards the mid lane of East Kentwood High School on the red side here, playing that Diana. We expected an assassin out of this guy, but Diana into Lysandra is definitely a matchup where you can try and get fed, try and snowball this game ahead.
I really love Diana, not just because she's in TFT right now, but she's been one of my favorite champions to watch just ever since her release. We haven't gotten to see a ton of her. She's never really reached all the way into meta, except for very brief forays into the mid lane. So that's exciting, but I'm looking over to the left side. Cubby, that's Poppy Jungle with
Poppy versus Doo-Doo Jungle. All right, let's go. We got the snowballs coming into someone that's trying to slam you out of the fight. So I think the one strength of Poppy Jungle here is that you're going to be able to shut down the engages of Rakan, Diana, can stop the dash that Aatrox has as well. So hopefully Mad King 007 is able to pull off a couple of those and slow down the assault they're going to be facing from the red team.
No invades coming in here, and I think that's important because I found the number one way that games go wrong is if you invade right off the bat, then suddenly lose like 3 kills in a row.
So not a fan of coin flips?
No, so we had this game the other day. I was playing with TJ, and we had this Amumu who was like, you know what we should do? We should invade as Amumu. which, in case anyone at home is wondering, is bad because he did not start Q. So he goes into the invade. We go into the invade. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds in. We see 3 people. We, the bot lane, back off. Amumu stays. We're like pinging away. We're like, no. Bad, mummy. Bad. No. Get out of there. Go home. Go to blue buff. We'll be there waiting for you. So Amumu dies. And then he comes back, respawns, goes to blue, leashless, of course. Their bot lane and jungler rotate immediately into the blue buff, kill him for a second time. He's like, GG, bot diff. It's like, no! There's not a bot diff. You just didn't play the game.
All you do level 1 is spin. You throw a tantrum.
Exactly. Oh,
so he was throwing a tantrum not only with the ability, but also in all chat.
It was the worst.
I feel like he's just acting like his character.
Yeah, we won that game though. But as ever, he was alone because everyone muted him. So
as you can tell, TJ and Iberia very high rank at this game based on that story.
Of course, only the highest. I mean, honestly, that kind of rage quitting can happen in Challenger even. I've seen it. So
the best and the worst is what League of Legends brings out of you. Hopefully we can get the best of these teams as we finally see a little bit of action. Diana taking a chunk in the mid lane, but Poppy not going to be able to follow up.
Yeah, there's just not a whole lot of burst coming in from Lissandra at level 3. Especially when Poppy didn't really have the move speed to get into that engagement. So, Lissandra just going to be poking out a little bit on that trade, but I'm interested in seeing where these teams are going to kind of pop off, right? Because you have 2 real action points that I can see. In the mid lane, you have that huge Diana that we know can absolutely carry a game. But in the bot lane, we have Samira, who's really come into meta recently and is incredibly strong right now.
Yeah, and something that I really like that Dakota was able to do is pairing Samira with a lot of CC, because when she's able to utilize that passive, it's a big chunk of her damage, also pretty much extending the length of CC, the fact that she has that mini knockup built in there. So when you have so much CC at your disposal, not only in lane, but across your entire team, it helps ensure that Samira is able to pop off, but bot lane, we got something going on in the top lane.
Uh-oh. Vegeta Wizard trying to dodge out as best he can, but that's the stun coming down. There's the flash, knock up, one more, come on, there's the auto. First blood goes down to Alionis.
Alionis and Arcane syncing up in the top lane. Good start for them. Aatrox and the Scion. I mean, we've spent so much time talking about the mid and the bottom lanes, but Aatrox, a champion that he gets a little bit gold into his pockets, loves to go into these team comps, so good start for them, taking first blood onto the tank at the top.
To be honest, I was expecting that to be kind of, you know, a boring noodle slap fest. Because, like, I know Aatrox has damage, right? I'm not that dumb. Uh-oh. Arcane? Buddy?
See, this is the good part. We're good. He's still taking those drugs. He's feasting.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Thank you, spectator. Migognon is going to be heading back for the first back now. What does Diana build now? Is it just Night Harvester?
So she has a couple options. That is one. Obviously, the upfront damage feels really good. If we want to get really wacky, and I know you might like this one, Iberia.
I do.
I have actually seen a turbo chem tank Diana. It kind of works because you engage really fast.
Okay, I'm in.
I don't know if we're gonna get that crazy. The one good thing about Diana is that Nashor's Tooth is a very strong item right now. Just gives a lot of AP and a lot of stats, not to mention attack speed. So Diana loves that item because it utilizes her passive really well, and gives her all the stats that she really wants in fights. So as long as you get that, you can pair it up with Proto Belt, Night Harvester, doesn't matter.
I've actually been kind of surprised how little we've been seeing Nashor's Tooth on champions, considering how good. Yeah, it's like 100 AP now.
Yeah,
I think it's like the second highest AP in the game on a single item.
Yes, you are 100% correct. Have you seen Nashor's Tooth Katarina?
No, but I've seen the disturbing Kraken Slayer Hydra Bork Katarina.
Yes. Yeah, the fact that her R now applies on hit, you can do some crazy builds with this new patch coming out through.
It's been really frustrating playing against that as an AD carry though, because I don't have any health to work with. So it's like, I guess I die now. I was playing a little bit of jungle recently with a friend of mine. I was playing just normals with my girlfriend, and I had Raz join actually. And I was like, fair warning, this is my first time jungle. He nearly rage quit. So that's how that went. I cannot get my head around it, and we're gonna see if Mad King has a better grasp of it.
Nothing like an LPL reunion.
Oh no!
Cementing and solo queue.
Sion not gonna be able to land that knock
no.
up there. Goes into the passive, gets taken down. Gita Wizard is having a rough top lane now. It's that Aatrox. He's actually gonna try and chase the Poppy. It's a 2-level advantage. Might be able to find it. One more. There's the flash from Poppy to save her. Not gonna happen just yet, Cubby.
Hey, that early gank though from Arcane really paying dividends as Alonius is able to take that gold and run with it, dominating the top lane matchup now. He's 3-0.
Yo, what's up with this build? What's up with the lethality first? Is this using the Eclipse?
Yeah. It's
do people actually build that on Aatrox?
Yeah, you get move speed and a shield, and so it helps him catch up. Aatrox move speed is always real nice.
Right. Okay, I can see that now because my default thought is like Gore Drinker, right? Because Aatrox loves that healing, but I can definitely see the use case for Eclipse even after the 17 nerfs Riot has bequeathed upon it.
Yeah, and to be fair, Gore Drinker is also a very strong item as well. I think that item itself made Kayn like way busted as he got nerfed way too hard, and he's back a little bit now, but we don't see him in this game instead. I think the story, I mean, it's got to be the fact that Aatrox is so fed, and I know the one thing we kind of talked about, at least before this game started, about Dakota High School is the fact that they seem to play well as a team just based on the fact that their KPs are some of the highest in the league. So just tells me they make a lot of team plays. They like to play together. With Lysandre Sion, we have level 6s now available to us. I want to see some of these head towards the bot lane. Maybe you can start the snowball, get that Samira rolling.
I also think it's important to note that for team synergy, the AD carry and support are named MSAP and NSAP respectively.
Can't really beat that.
I always like to see that.
Yeah.
God, I remember, I'm forgetting the other player's name now, but in LPL, it was TNT and TCT, I think it was.
Oh God.
That's really, I'm both dating myself and the capacity of my memory with that one. 'Cause I think that was like 5 or 6 years ago.
My favorite of all time was definitely the one split of Academy where Clutch Gaming had Sun and Moon on the team.
Yeah.
And then CLG had Otto and Phil in the bot lane. Otto, who is now back with CLG, going by Hooks for the upcoming season, as he's turned into a pretty good support, as we know.
Yeah, Lysandre going to be able to make it out of this gank, no problem. Diana not quite going to be looking for the engage there, but Migognon has a ton of damage. So maybe able to find that engage. Oh, God, this top lane is just a never-ending story of sadness. And the train away. I think that's my favorite part of Sion, is just whenever I'm landing him, it's the only time I turn voice lines back on, because you just hear, cowards, as he sprints back towards his Nexus.
And that's why I like that skin, too, you know, because he actually does turn into a train.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
I don't think I've ever seen a different skin in pro play, now that I think about it. Like, ever since that skin came out, because the pros have everything unlocked.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen another skin.
The new one they gave him, I think it like the Q icon is like the actual like exact hitbox. So I've seen a lot of pros using that. Because sometimes like pros will pick skins not based on like, hey, I think this is cool, because it's easier to see particles.
See, I would then never pick that one because it's more accurate, and that means the enemy sees it.
That's true.
Engage going in here. Diana going to be able to find the return kill. Flashes away to safety, and Sion goes down on the top lane as well. But Mad King will find the response kill in mid. It's 1-1-0 on the Diana. It's going to be a proto belt. All right, so no chem tank, unfortunately.
I wanted to see the Mad Scientist tech, but we're just going to have to settle for the proper builds coming on in here is Migognon. I think turning that gank around in the mid lane, pretty good for the Diana and EKHS that came in here as the #1 team in the regular season. We're kind of seeing why, as they have cracked open a 3K gold lead 11 minutes into this game now.
Which is really impressive because really the bot lane has not had any action whatsoever. It's all been centered around the top. I mean, if you look at the lanes themselves, they're mostly even all the way around. And then you look at top lane, that's got to be like a 2,000, 3,000 gold difference.
Yeah, Sion straight up not having a good time. I think that's the way we put that.
Yeah. And 2 mythics completed already on the side of EKHS. And if you look over at the other side, what's up?
All right. We don't have Mad Scientist Diana, but I think we have Mad Scientist Lysandre as the
the Imperial Mandate.
Oh no. Yeah.
They're just going to clean this one up in the bot lane. That was a little bit of an overstep there by N-Step.
I at least liked the lantern into the brush that stopped both recalls because I thought it was a hook. It didn't turn out well, but he definitely was trying to send a message, and I gotta say I do respect that.
There was some big brain tech going on there.
Yeah.
But like the one time I tried to grow out my hair, it just really did not pan out.
I actually, that's why I got the haircut today. I wanted to make sure that we have that synergy going.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I actually, when I was younger, I had really long curly hair. And one summer I just let it grow completely out, and I looked like the most stereotypical image of like a 1960s hippie you can find. It's great. Meanwhile, down here in the bottom lane towards the Dragon Pit, Nunu's going to be able to get out. No, finally goes down, but was able to secure the dragon in the meantime. Diana struggling for her life. She's 1v4. She might even be able to make it out of this one. Rakan's coming to try and help. Sleepy Bun not going to be able to make it in time. Maybe will. There's the charm, but it's not enough. No damage coming in from Migoi, and now Sleepy Bun will fall as well. Valiant effort.
That's the team play we want to see out of Dakota. Is meanwhile top lane still sad times for Sion. He gets out though. Train mode works.
It's all about the train.
Yeah,
he really has nothing at this point, Cubby.
He's having a tough game. Thankfully, he's still a big, beefy tank. And hey, Dakota, props to them. They lose that dragon. Are they still down 3k gold? Yes, but at least we see one of the team plays that we've really been looking for from these guys coming on in pay off.
Absolutely, and I think it's important, especially at this level. A lot of things I see is from teams that are behind, they just kind of give up.
Yeah.
Not like actually give up on the game, but they start taking much less risky plays, much less adventurous plays, don't try and push their advantages. So it's good to see Dakota still keeping in it. Meanwhile, though, Aatrox nearly steals away the blue buff. So that's the state of the topside jungle here.
Yeah, fortunately, Aatrox doesn't have Smite. Poppy's able to take that one as Aatrox, they're trying to run him down.
Sandra's coming in. Aatrox looking for the 1v3. I don't think he wants this. No World Ender available, and he is finally going to go down. Nearly takes out the Poppy. Here comes Diana. Migoi looking for a little bit more. Won't be able to find the follow-up. But it's a double buff on the mid laner.
Curious to see if Migoi turns this. Didn't have access to E, but still throwing out some of those Qs. 1-for-1, Xayah Rakan doing some work on the bottom side, and I like the fact that Dakota is still reaching for some plays, but that's both side lane turrets down for them. The map is starting to shrink.
So I'm looking down into the bottom lane, Cubby, and I'm just wondering what you think about this Kraken Slayer here for the Xayah. Because like if I think about Xayah, especially in this game, I think either like Shield Bow or maybe Gale Force. But Kraken Slayer is interesting to me.
So you are dealing with two big tanks in the Poppy and the Sion, even though Sion, he's been relegated to getting welfare here, as he's really struggling to pick up CS. He's been bullied a little bit in the top side, but it's really nice on Xayah because you do have that attack speed steroid with your W. So you get more procs of Kraken Slayer, which true damage against tanks always going to feel really good. So I think that's why Xayah goes for that decision and at least has some safety with her ultimate as well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially with Rakan behind her. We were talking about this before the show a little bit, but Sleepy Bun really is one of the most impressive players in this team. Like, genuinely fantastic statistics coming out.
Yeah, so Sleepy Bun coming into this one is the youngest player on the Rift, a sophomore in high school. And she's rocking a 7 KDA too. At support was the highest on her team. So we haven't seen the playmaking come out of this Rakan yet, but it was a good landing phase and might be someone to keep your eyes on for the rest of this game, as Rakan is going to be that engaged with.
Migoi goes in the 1v2, able to find the Sion. Sion's going to try and run her down. Poppy, keeper's verdict for the slam.
Slam, get out of this lane, go back to the death chamber. I like that one. That's a style kill coming in right there.
That's my favorite.
Here we go.
Rakan goes into the mid lane. There's the knock up onto Samira. She's down. MSAP not going to be able to be saved by NSAP. Sad. Hey, that's romance broken.
It's sad, but the romance is working for the red side as Xayah Rakan, the lovers duo, able to find it there. Sleepy Bun, we talked about the playmaking. That was a really nice engage, and combined with the rip coming in from Shadow Phoenix as well, utilizing Xayah's E, gonna find a kill in the mid lane. 4k gold, sieging down the last outer turret. Everything going to plan here for East Kentwood High School.
Oh my god, that prediction! Alionis! Are you kidding me? Come on. Chill out. able to find the Infernal Chains on the Lysandra after the Glacial Path, but won't find a kill off of it. So just going to be able to back off, keep a lot of pressure in that side lane. So, you know, we're only 16 minutes in, Cubby, but it feels like East Kentwood really have a stranglehold over this game.
I think East Kentwood's in really good shape as that Rift Herald is going to go over to the new. He should be able to snowball out.
He's not even going to try. He's got the Diana
doesn't
there.
Need it.
Just trying to bait him in. Like, come on, fight me. Come on.
It's winter, man. He should get into some of the holiday spirit. Roll up some snowballs.
Yeah, get nice, comfy, and cozy. I got drinking chocolate here. Yeah. No, it's drinking chocolate. This is the British stuff. This is Cadbury.
Oh, you got the fancy stuff.
Yeah, TJ, I was having a really, really, really bad month, like midsummer. TJ was like, I'm going to make you a British care package. Friend of the show, TJ. So he sent me Cadbury's drinking chocolate. And because I'm lactose intolerant, I never have milk. So I like never drank it until literally now. It's like 8 months old, but it's so good.
Well, you waited for the perfect time as we haven't engaged. There's the playmaking.
Rakan able to find a ton of charms, but Aatrox coming in from the backline. There's the World Ender. Knock up onto 3. Beautiful Diana ultimate. The double comes out for Arcane. Barely able to survive. Will flash into the pit and keep himself alive with the smite as Poppy has the runaway Mad King in a whole lot of trouble trying to find an answer back onto Sleepy Bun, but will not as he falls. And now the Dragon will be picked up, third of the game, by East Kentwood.
And Iberia, you were somewhat teasing it beforehand. The fact that East Kentwood was taking control with that fight. They now have total control. They've got Soul Point in their back pockets. And what an engage coming out from Sleepy Bun. I mean, the knockup and the 3-man charm. And when you combine that with how far ahead Elionis is from all the resources he's received in the top lane, you get a wipe of a fight here for East Kentwood.
I mean, that's why they were first in the regular season, Cubby. Yeah. Look at this gameplay. You can see the team play coming out. You can almost hear the team comms themselves as you see Sleepy Pun going for that engage, followed up by the TP from Alionis. It's just really good play, and now they're splitting the map, trying to get pressure on the bottom lane while they take down the mid turret.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to find a play. Instead, a lot of gold going over to East Kentwood. I think that's an opportunity for Dakota to maybe utilize a TP coming in here from Sion. Get behind his Nunu. Did he overstay? Can they find him?
Found a pick onto him, but there's the blast gun. Oh, beautiful play there by the Poppy. Able to find that or grounded effect off the W. Steadfast presence.
It was a team effort. Yeah, they had the steadfast presence. They had the Sion knockup. All the tools to make sure that Nunu's going into the gray screen for a little bit.
I love Poppy W played reactively because it's just like the most dramatic dunk alongside the keeper's verdict. It's just get back here.
Okay,
and
Iberia.
Satisfying bonk it makes, you know, like.
So you like to play AD carry. I like to play support. One of my favorite pocket picks of all time, it's Poppy support, because against things like Leona or Alistar, you just pretty much like it's like Q like the Ram is nope. Like whenever you pop the W when they're trying to go in, it's so satisfying.
Aatrox 1 versus 3. The gladiator moment. May be able to heal through this. The team's coming behind him. Aatrox may be able to find this. Another knockup comes. Keeper's verdict is coming in from the Poppy. Will knock out Sleepy Bun. That's the damage still in. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Samira and Lysandra take out the Diana. But Aatrox still going strong. Able to find a kill and force off the Poppy and the Thresh.
Alionis is way too fed at this point as he is demonstrating at the top lane, taking the 1v3 with no fear. And Iberia, meanwhile, while this guy's being a menace up here, a big distraction, the big purple worm is being taken here by the red side team.
Already down to half health, and there's no way to really contest this, especially with how much pressure is being put out by Alionis, who may find yet another kill onto this Thresh. Sure, it's under tower, sure you're stunned, but in the meantime, you found time for your team to get the Baron. We'll be finishing it off exactly now, and that's a free Baron buff, essentially. Trade 1 for 1, get the Baron buff on everyone except for Alionis and Migoy, and you're fine. Now you can just take this game slow push it through.
Baron, obviously biggest objective we have here on the map. Great that East Kentwood's able to pick this one up. That said, if there's any consolation prize go over to Dakota. We saw 2 shutdowns going over to Samira, right? This big carry that we set up that has a lot of CCs. So maybe MSAP has a couple of slick moves up the sleeves of that Samira, maybe to make able to make something happen in these team fights. And if they're able to find a pick on a member, that might be one of the ways that Dakota could come back in this one, Iberia.
Yeah, but I mean, in the meantime, it's just going to be a lot of pushing. It's going to be waiting for the next dragon to come up.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a slow game here as they try and choke out all the resources from the jungle. The cheeky emotes coming in from Migoi.
I love the fact that like emotes are now enabled for pro play and also like for all of us. I mean, nothing beats stabbing Pengu for me. That's all I want to drop.
I really like the fabulous Tarek one.
Yes, or the
one's
sad
really
bee. Yeah.
Yeah, I have both of them. My favorite is TJ whenever he like steals a cannon. Will flash the sad Tarek or the fabulous Tarek at me. It's the most infuriating thing because I'll miss like half a wave of CS and then I see just this fabulous Tarek. Like you,
I'm laughing because I've also been in the position of Raz earlier, where level 1 I see Niberia and TJ going through the mid lane inhibitor turrets.
We
the
almost
ones that
had
are about
that.
to be sieged. It was close, and hey, you got back to lane in time, so it might have been a big brain move.
Exactly, the easy back.
Uh-oh.
Looking for a pick here. NSEP may be able to find it. Good CC chain coming out. And the
Nice.
knock-up as well. Diana's in a whole lot of trouble. Miguel goes golden. Here comes the Aatrox. World Ender's been popped. Diana is down.
Nice.
Aatrox still, though, has so much damage into this fight. It's a 2v4, but one that Aatrox might be winning. Samira putting out as much damage as possible through that ultimate. Still staying alive. The flash misses. Samira stays alive. MSAP popping off. Another ultimate in the middle of the team fight. Arcane not able to put out enough damage. That's the double coming out for MSEP. The flash into the kill is found by Shadow Phoenix, but that will be the last she's able to do, as that's a full ace coming out for Dakota.
Wow, Dakota. Hey, we teased it. If MSAP has some slick moves under that sleeve, it's going to be able to pull it off. Samira able to dance around that fight, make it happen. Great team fighting coming out from the side of Dakota. And I love you mentioned it during that play, Niberia. The CC chain they were able to land on Alonius. I mean, at least trying to prevent him from wrecking house. But, oh, Diana, she still wants the soul.
Enjoy looking for a little bit of damage. Finds the engage. There's the ultimate. Not going to be able to go golden or find a single kill that guarantees that soul point still on the table for them as Dakota picks up their first dragon of the game. And this is kind of, I'm not going to say I was waiting for this moment, Cubby, but I was like kind of waiting for this moment. Because look, everywhere below like LCK, maybe LPL, they've cleaned up their act a lot. There's always this moment where I'm like, okay, this has been a beautiful game so far. Everything's going their way. When are they going to screw it up? Because
Niberia,
it happens every game.
I know the LPL has cleaned it up a bit, but I feel like it's still the LPL special, where it's like, all right, we're gonna give some gifts over here before we straighten our acts out.
Yeah, they'll have the full soul point. They'll have Baron up on the map. They'll have a huge advantage, and they'll be like, what if we just dive in 2v5 and see what happens? And that big LPL energy coming out from East Kentwood.
Yeah, a bit of a drop play from them, but hey, credit where credit's due to Dakota as well. And
Yeah.
I just want to highlight, so first off, we've talked a lot about Sleepy Bun on East Kentwood for having some crazy stats and being the youngest player in this game, but Migoinon is Grandmaster, which is also crazy. And the fact that Dakota has limited this extremely talented player to being 3-6-3, I think says a lot about their team play and how many resources they've put into trying to shut down this Diana.
Yeah, and I think now that the composition has actually itemized itself, Dakota's actually looking kind of okay in this game.
Yeah.
The composition is like based entirely around letting the Samira pop off, because you look at all the itemization around her. Lysandra has Cosmic Drive plus the Imperial Mandate, which is just for in-fight maneuvering, putting CC on key targets, putting down extra damage on those key targets, and then MSAP's going to pop into the middle of the fight with the ultimate and clean house. And that's really what they're looking for Dakota. And East Kentwood kind of gave it to them in that last fight.
Wow, Niberia, it's almost like you're a color too sometimes. You just did my job
Almost.
for me. That's a great breakdown coming out. I could not have said that better myself. Instead, I'd like to tease what's coming up next, or what we expect, which is at least for East Kentwood to try and start this Baron, pressure it once again. I want to see where that Lysandra ult goes down. I feel like that's the big tool they have to use, fight around, try and get that first kill and snowball Samira from there. But I also expect with all these tanks and healing that East Kentwood are going to start Baron pretty quickly once again, once it's back on the map, which it's spawning soon.
I'm really interested by the Poppy pick thus far, because there's definitely a real potential to disrupt the team fight entirely for East Kentwood, right? Because you're looking for these engages from Sleepy Bun, which are a dash. Alionis is going to be using a dash in order to get into these fights, as is Migoi. If you're able to find one steadfast presence that stops one of those key engages, that's going to be a fight.
Almost the insta start here, but looks like they're at least turning for the fight. Alionis, he's the big Fed member. Got to look out for him.
There's the knockup coming in. Alionis pops into the backline. Here comes Cassandra from over the wall. MSAP's able to find one. Still alive in the backline. Life stealing, going crazy.
Ooh.
But the Diana's too much. The triple kill comes out from Alionis as well. The Quadra, no less. And that's going to be a clean team fight from East Kentwood, regaining their victory on the map and securing them Baron.
Man, me going on with that ultimate pulls everyone into the Diana, and that damage on top of Alionis just slams them down, wipes the fight. That's the big purple worm going over to East Kentwood once again. Back in control for this one. Now a 10k gold lead. Iberia, I was really impressed with how they played out that fight. It was looking grim. Samira got Zaya immediately. That big carry was off the map, but Alionis, man, just way too fed this game.
It was looking real rough, but Alionis, yeah, with that follow-up secondary engage was so impressive.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what we're looking for at this level of play is the, I don't know, heads-upness. It's a really bad phrasing, but don't worry about it. The ability to say, hey, here's my opening, here's all I need to do in order to make this fight happen. And Migoi, of course, being Grandmaster, has a lot of experience with that in solo queue, but showing that in a organized 5v5 environment is a completely different skill entirely. So shout outs to the entire team of East Kentwood, because they are not only playing individually well, but working together as a cohesive unit to find these plays, find these team fight victories.
Absolutely. And off of, I cannot emphasize how much Alionis did in that fight as well. You said it, right? The fact that you have to wait out the steadfast presence from Poppy. You might have to, pick and choose your way around the fights, but Alionis did a great job of doing that, picking up a quadra kill here in League of Legends. And you don't see that every day. Pretty excited to see that in such a big match. And this Mountain Soul going over to the red side, Nigeria, I gotta say, I don't think they can contest this one, and it might be too much for Dakota to handle, these extra shields coming on in.
I mean, I don't know if they should contest it coming. That's kind of what I'm worried about. They're looking for it, though.
It's a rock, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Oh, Scion. That's not the train you want to take.
Gita Wizard finds their way into the pit and very quickly out of it. As you look on the camera, and Alionis is just running the rest of the team out back towards their nexus. There's the Diana to follow it up. Samira low health. Samira gets popped. And here comes Alionis to secure the rest of the team fight. Slows are not going to be enough to keep you away from this monstrous Aatrox. Double comes in from Migoi. There's the triple. Could it be the quadra? Nope. They're going to give it over, and that should be the end of the game here. Baron buffed up. Mountain Soul in the pocket. Congratulations to East Kentwood High School for taking down the championship for their region.
And MASSP knew it was true as well. You can kind of see him hit the recalls, but Nigeria, I have to say, it's game one. We've still got a best of 3. You never know what can happen in the next one. But
That's true.
Congrats to East Kentwood on that game 1. Really like the play they showed coming out of them. And you mentioned that team play. It's what we're looking for from both these teams. The reason that they made it here, definitely saw it from East Kentwood in that one.
Yeah, but as you say, it is a best of 3. We're going into the potentially match point next game. And what I want to see from Dakota is a little bit more... I think for me, the problem really was how much their Scion was left on an island.
Yeah.
When you have a player who is struggling that much and you're not finding things across the rest of the map, not giving any kind of like palliative ganks in order to get him back into the game really causes you issues. And you were getting to a point where the Scion was like 0-4 with like 3 CS versus the 3-0-0 Aatrox with 100 CS. And it was really hard to watch because I think they have the team play. I think they have the team play.
We saw it at that bottom lane fight where they were kind of gifted a mistake, but hey, they capitalized off of it in fairness to Dakota. And going on, kind of off of that, taking that a step further, if they're going to take something like Lissandra, I know that me going on is a fantastic player. It takes a lot to shut down, but if you pick Lissandra, utilize that teleport, get out of lane, help out your side laners, right? That ultimate is such a powerful lockdown tool you can use to create dives, make plays happen in that early game, and it feels like that Lissandra ult was pretty much only used to stop the Diana. So I want to see that used in some side lanes.
A little bit more variety coming in, a little bit more interactive team play is what we want to see from them going into game number 2. So we're going to find out if Dakota can bring it back or if EKHS will reign supreme for Michigan. We'll be back right after this. Hey everyone, welcome back. Glad you're still with us. My name is still Matt Niberia Clendaniel. I am still joined by the one and only Matthew Cubby Samuelson. We just got back from East Kentwood High School taking on Dakota High. And East Kentwood slammed through the early game. Really fantastic job. Had a little stumble, but then was able to pull it back. And I think going into game number 2, we were talking earlier, Cubby, Dakota need to find some different tools in their toolbox, so to speak.
Yeah, it felt like Dakota's top laner on the Scion got a little bit too far behind the Aatrox, so I wouldn't be surprised if Aatrox ends up, we don't see him in this game. I think that'd be smart if he got banned away, because it felt like Alonius was doing really well on that champion, not only in lane, but also in the fights. And hey, with the side swapping on red side, they might be able to get a better matchup for their top laner. That's a big concern for them as well.
So what do you think, hope of all hopes? Dakota High showed some really good initiative in that game. They showed that they don't get thrown off their groove too much, but they, I think, got snowballed on too hard. What do you want to see out of them coming into this next game for them to really step it up a notch?
I like the fact they're taking a supportive mid laner, because we know how talented the mid laner is over on East Kentwood. And so the fact that you're taking someone to try and lock that person down is, I think, a fantastic strategy. I just want to see them get to the side lanes. We talked about it with the Lysandra. It's really powerful to gank top or bot. If you take something like that, Galio's an option as well. Try and get some dives. Try and make some team plays. We saw a good team play from Dakota when they were given the opportunity. Let's see a little bit more initiative out of them and see if they can use those tools to snowball a little bit.
Personally, I might even like to see the cannonball, that Jarvan Galio combo. It's an oldie, but a goodie. We'll see if they're able to bring that in. Once again, we don't have a draft, so we're going to be slamming our way right into the game right now. So we're going to take a look, see if Dakota High can find their way back in, or if East Kentwood is going to take the game and the series 2-0.
They're going to have to find out as well. Niberia, immediately, we get some spoilers. My eyes going over to that Katarina. Oh boy.
Okay. This is kind of gonna be a group therapy session for me right now. I feel it's important to use that kind of phrasing.
Yes.
I feel that Katarina is busted. She's really strong right now, and she's difficult to itemize against, because she's able to put out true damage, magic damage, and physical damage in roughly equal measure because of Kraken Slayer, plus her base damages, plus her AD scalings. And it means that once she gets rolling, she is incredibly, incredibly hard to stop. So, look, I'm not a mid lane expert, or really an expert of much other than bagels and sometimes keyboards. So, like, how does this Lucian-Katarina matchup go? Am I scared yet? Do I need to sign up for another session of therapy, or am I fine?
Following in your footsteps, Iberia, I feel that Lucian with exhaust is going to need the pressure early.
Okay.
That said, may not be able to happen because they're going for a late invade, but it's being dispelled here by misfortune. Might be a late start here for the Poppy.
It's a little bit rough. You always hate, we were talking actually last game. No. We were like, these level 1s. Oh boy. Katarina, I don't know how strong this level 1 is against a Lucian.
She's gonna win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know, Cubby.
If you face check like that, it's a problem. And really good play coming out from Lee going on to utilize that early level 1 and look for an advantage that early. Not a lot of players do that, and it's one of the reasons that one of the highest ranked players in this game on the solo queue ladder. I shouldn't say one of, very much the highest ranked player.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited to see Sleepy Bun down here on the Seraphine, because this is one of her best champions. I checked her OPGG, and she was just playing game after game after game after game of that. So, especially with Misfortune, this is like a pretty good combo lane.
Yeah, the charm into the bullet time. I like that combo coming on through. As Niberia, I know we've talked a lot about the Katarina. I feel like because of last game, if you guys weren't with us, Alonius on Aatrox was getting a lot of kills, and he gets that champion once again.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm wrong on this one, so you'll have to correct me if I am. I feel like the Ornn's a little bit safer here. You can kind of just farm up, worst case scenario. All
right. Moving on. Yeah, the Ornn, a little safer.
Okay. Yeah. So jungle advantage there goes over to Mad King.
I would argue Blue Ball. actually gets jungle advantage.
That's
the real
true.
victory.
Shadow Phoenix is in a lot of trouble here, getting pulled back by that Swain, and Swain is a really strong bot laner.
Ooh.
Flash away, the safety. There's the root coming in. Seraphine's looking for blood. Sleepy Buns go.
Wow.
Auto, first blood. Rakan has the runaway.
All right, Fortune Tower and Iberia, you called it. You called it. The Seraphine of the match history looking real good for Sleepy Bun, and hey, we see why now in this game as well. That's a big turnaround coming through, and when you take Swain at this position, you expect that early pressure, but a really nice flash coming out from Shadow Phoenix, and Sleepy Bun with the follow-up. Really good start for them.
Interesting move there by Arcane. Having a little bit of trouble this time in the jungle against this Poppy. Repeat from Mad King and Haleonis, who's going to be able to find another flash knock-up. There's the kill and double buff on this Aatrox. I feel like history's repeating itself.
That's probably the last start you want if you are the side of Dakota. This Aatrox was so devastating in the last game, and the fact that he gets first blood here, I think they might have some bad flashbacks from the last game.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, though, I mean, this Katarina is not as scary yet as we're expecting. You know, like level 6 is where she starts to actually do things, but even so, she doesn't have a ton of damage. She's not able to find a pick.
I thought Orm was going to get snapped back there for a second.
I thought so too. Cheetah Wizard, really good buffering there with that charge.
Yeah, he pulled off a nice little magic trick to get out of that one.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting here for this mid lane matchup for me is that Lucian is going for these like late game scaling, no lane damage items, and that's weird to me, especially against the Katarina, where I feel like you would want to get out early. Oh wow!
Yeah, so going for that Kraken Slayer build as heavy trading in this bottom lane.
So much damage coming out. Seraphine Misfortune. It's so good too, because if you can land the Make It Rain followed by Seraphine's little stun, it just instant stuns. You don't need to have the 4 stacks for it. So that's like a really powerful part of the combo, and it just causes so much zone potential, as you're seeing in the bottom lane.
Yeah, not to mention all the chip damage you get coming out from Seraphine's passive as well, and the range on that is, oh my gosh.
The flash engage comes in from Katarina, able to find 1, find 2. Can she get out? There it is. She got out. Double kill under the tower. Meanwhile, Aatrox in the top lane nearly finds 1. Aelionis solo. The minions will take him down, and Cheetah Wizard having a much better early game this time.
All right, I honestly, I feel really good for Cheetah Wizard, because if he would have went down there and flashback to the last game, that would have, he had a tough time. So really happy to see Ord pick up a kill on the Aatrox. Like he got bullied all game 1, not getting bullied anymore. He's the one calling the shots this time, and big turnaround coming in, because that's a double buff Aatrox going down, a little bit of a shutdown going over to Ornn. He's back in control of this lane.
I'm looking at mid lane. I'm looking at mid lane, Cubby, and I'm not happy.
Why are you happy, Iberia?
That's a leeching leer. That's not a noon quiver.
No, you gotta go AD Katarina, man.
Yeah, AD Katarina is the fun one. Don't give me this
tech.
AP stuff. All right, that's gonna be a rift maker. That's fine.
We're all about the fun tech here.
That's right. Call the Forge God comes in. This Aatrox goes down. That's gonna be 1 and 2 now for Aelionis. So that is a significant change from last game.
I think it's very important that this matchup goes this way as well for this game. Ornn in the top side obviously brings a lot of power to your friends with those ornaments coming on through later in the game. The season of giving is what Cheetah Wizard is going to feel once he hits level 14. So I must say for Dakota, I was very nervous about the Katarina. I still am very nervous about the Katarina, but it feels like they're still very much in this game early on.
Yeah, this is such a stronger performance from them coming in. Katarina gonna be running away a little bit there. I think Ornn may have stepped a little bit too far forward, as did the Lucian. Katarina now able to escape somehow. My God. Migoi really popping off this game on that cat.
And Migoi on. We scouted them out. We saw all these assassins coming through in his history. I wasn't expecting to see Katarina in this series, but I now know why from the looks of things.
Yeah, and I mean, that's not to say that it's going perfectly. You see the Hecarim coming down here. Arcane will not be able to find that kill by himself, but the flash forward from Sleepy Bun, the hero support, comes in. It'll be 2-0-0 on this Seraphine.
Hero support, I'd say more like the Bloodthirsty support. 2 kills going over the Seraphine. She does really well with gold, though, as she can scale up quite a bit. We've seen her play mid, a little bit bot as well, but Sleepy Bun taking it at support, looking good so far.
Yeah, and I'm interested in this build as well because from what I've seen, there are two fighting schools of Seraphine bot. There's the Guardian one, and there's TJ's ridiculous build
That works.
with barrier. It does, and I'm on the border of thinking it is actually a legitimate build because you go Dark Harvest and you go barrier, so you have a guaranteed heal in your kit, and you have a ton of execute damage, and especially in a lane like Misfortune, that would go really well. But I'm surprised at seeing how well the Airy build is doing as well in comparison.
This is true. Personally, I am a fan of the dark technologies. So anytime we get a sorcerer in here is, oh boy.
MSTEP's just down. That was so quick.
Yeah,
it was
Sleepy
just
Bun's
the charm
looking
on
real
it.
good. Real
Now
good
in the
this
top
champ.
lane, Elionis going to be trying to scrap it out with the Ornn. We'll be able to find it. Call the Forge got a little bit too slow. Need to get that ram on an Amtrak or something. Just speed it up a little.
I'm glad that we can keep the train references going.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep it going from game to game. We'll figure it out. I don't know how we're gonna do it with upcoming series, but we'll solve it. This is Migoy running through. Yeah. Running through that Lucian mid. So now 3-0-0 on this Katarina, and down in CS about 2-3 waves. But it doesn't seem to matter at this point, especially with the Dark Seal. That's going to be a ton of gold in her pocket. That's going to be a ton of extra damage for this Katarina, and it's starting to get a little bit worrisome. How do you stop this from getting out of control?
Iberia, I feel like it has been 0 days for me since I caster cursed someone. As I said, that Dakota was hanging in there, and then all 3 lanes, they get taken down by EKHS. So my bad. I'm gonna take this one on the chin. This L is on me for this early game, but EKHS, man, I can really see why these guys were first in the regular season. It feels like individually, bunch of playmakers across the map on the squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we're even seeing, in the bot lane, you have Sleepy Bun. Leonis is incredibly good at just making those snap decisions to engage, as we've seen time after time. And in the mid lane, we've seen what Migoy can do, especially with that roam down bot. Now, Leonis looking for even more. This is without abilities, by the way. That was just a scrap with auto attacks at the latter half of that, which Aatrox was still somehow winning.
Help is necessary. As nice knockup on the Poppy. Gonna have to see if he can find this one. Does find the stun into the knockup, but a beautiful flash coming out. And Iberia, can he get out of this game?
Maybe. The Keeper's Verdict comes in, but that's another knockup coming in. World Ender into a third Q. Aatrox is going big. Leonis, can you find one more? No! Mad King gets the shutdown. The massive Aatrox in the top lane.
The raid boss is down in the top lane. Aatrox finally been taken out as Katarina in the mid. I don't think she's going to be able to find that one thanks to Exhaust. Thumbs up, though. I think B going on is happy that he got Exhaust out of the Lucian. Next lane's going to win.
Yeah, because now, how does the Lucian stay alive? You just don't. Culling to defend. But from here, you could just Shunpo directly onto the Lucian, and that's what Migoy is looking for. We'll be able to find it. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, another engage comes in. Seraphine able to make it out of there very quickly. Slow comes out. There's the charm onto 2. A massive bullet time into the back line, and Swain ignited, forced to run away. Demon Flare finds Sleepy Bun, but will not find Revenge. Meanwhile, Rakan in trouble under the tower, gets taken down by the Hecarim. Arcane now between 2 towers. Don't think you're going to be getting out of that one. Ho-ho! Never mind. Onslaught of Shadows will take him across the wall. But now, Shadow Phoenix in a little bit of trouble as the TP comes out from G to Wizard. There's the flash away from the Misfortune. Able to get hit with that second call of the Forge God. Good kiting coming out. Teleport coming in from Leonis as well. The team fights do not stop, Cubby. As Hecarim able to secure the kill onto the Poppy. Misfortune solo, finally taken out by the Swain. A shutdown goes over to MSAP. But Katarina is here, like you say. Cheetah Wizard runs away. This team fight has been going for 2 minutes and has no signs of stopping. So it looks like Dakota is starting to turn it around. Migoy is able to find one, and he and the Aatrox will slowly slip their way out.
All right, I'm going to give Iberia a break because he just had to talk for 2 minutes straight. Wildness takes over the map as so many plays are going down, trying to recap that one. I like the fact we see a TP coming out aggressively from Dakota. EKHS, they properly answer with the Aatrox, and things go even. I'd say Dakota, they got some shutdown gold over on some members, so maybe a little bit more in their pockets for them. Still find themselves quite a bit behind, but I like to see them making plays once again. They aren't out of this one.
Aelionis, though, decides that he wants them to be. Looking for another Aatrox Q. Goes golden under tower for MSAP. Keep him alive for the time being. That's Swain a sliver of health remaining, but health remaining is all you have to ask for at this point.
Man, Aelionis' Aatrox is disgusting as a bit of a bait coming in from MSAP. They're trying to take him down.
Yeah, Keeper's Verdict coming in, trying to knock up the Aatrox, knock him back towards that base. Little bit of health remaining. Another knockup. Here comes Arcane. This is scary now. The Poppy goes down, following up onto the Rakan. MSAP is down from Arcane, and Hecarim will just run it through with the double.
That's 2 times in a row now. Arcane, really good timing showing up in that bot lane, helping out this Aatrox. And hey, Aelionis, he was put behind a little bit early by Jita Wizard. He went down to the tower, gave away those double buffs, but it feels like he hasn't missed a beat since, taking things back over, making sure this Aatrox is a terror once again in this game.
So, Cubby, now that I have like 3 seconds to breathe, I'm really interested in these builds coming out from Arcane and Migoi, because I have not seen an AP Katarina in my games at all this season. Nor have I seen anyone not going Divine Sunderer, as this Lucian kind of overestimated how strong he was at 1 and 3.
He was trying his best. He was going for it. Not quite gonna have it. AP Katarina, I must say, I'm a little bit bigger fan of AD Katarina, just because of how much durability you have with that build. This one has a little bit more upfront damage, and damage over time as well. Riftmaker, the Omnivamp, the true damage coming through when you're able to proc that on Katarina, it's very scary. I expect that she's going to go Nashor's Tooth next, but Iberia, she stopped for a book. 6 pages. I have a feeling that number is going to go up.
The BM book, as it's affectionately referred to. This is, I think it's only going to go up from here because of the way that Migoi's been playing so far. 5-0, able to just dip in and out of these fights. The ultimate to come down onto MSAP, gets out, goes back in on the Shunpo, back and forth through the fight. Balletic Katarina play coming in, but it will not be enough. As finally Migoi is shut down, there will be the root down and the triple for Sleepy Bun. The bloodthirsty support indeed. 5-1 and 4 on Seraphine.
I love how Migoi was just dancing around that fight, going off, and all the kills go over to the support Seraphine. 5-1 and 4 now on the Seraphine as the Katarina play coming out from Migoi. We talked about this player, so talented, so high rank in this game, especially for a senior in high school, really showing up in this game, this series. As meanwhile, goodbye, Lucian.
Bye, Lucian. Yeah. It's a 1 and 4 now. Even a shield bow on the Lucian is not enough to save him, and I feel like maybe shield bow was like a little too defensive. Oh god, Onslaught of Shadows comes in, and that's just a dead Poppy.
Yeah. Also, I love Kraken Slayer on Lucian because obviously
it feels so good.
Yeah, the double hit passive with the fact that every third auto you get some true damage. It feels really good. As hey, shut down on Aatrox. That's nice.
That's some.
That's something.
I think the problem here though for MSAP is that just like why Arcane friend.
He wanted to join his buddy in the gray screen.
You know what? That's fine. Oh god, Migoi's going in, able to find one. The pop-up continues. There's the Shunpo forward, onto the dagger, onto the Rakan. He tries to back. The Ignite will find it. The double out so far. Judo Wizard trying to find a way out. Will find the knockup. There's the jump in from the Shunpo as well. Another blade on top of it. That will be the triple. The charm comes out. Migoi is not stopping yet. Non-stop pop-off train continues. Katarina looking for another one. Lucian low. Riftmaker fully stacked. There's the ultimate again. 2 Death Blossoms, 5 kills. The delayed ace comes out in favor of Migoi.
Delayed ace and unofficial pentakill as well. Seraphine wasn't getting any of those. Those all go over to the Katarina as Migoi put a stamp on this game. Some impressive play coming out from this Katarina, and not done yet.
No, diving under the tower. This may have been a little bit too much. Biting off more than you can chew there, friend. But now there's an interesting dichotomy about this game. For as fed as Migoi has been, 2 massive shutdowns in a row have gone over to MSAP. So that is like a not insignificant amount of gold that has gone into that Swain's pockets recently.
Yes. Now, Swain, the issue is going to be is that Swain definitely thrives in fights that take a long time. Migoidon is finishing fights instantly when the Katarina jumps in. There's a lot of damage on that champion. So if Swain's able to maybe, you know, get a fully stacked ultimate off, could be the damage they need. But it seems like Migoidon's going to have other plans for them throughout this one.
All right, so let's make a bet right here.
Okay.
Is this going to be Blade of the Ruin King on Migoi, or is it going to be the Hydra second?
Ooh.
I'm thinking Blade, so you can deal with the Poppy and the Ornn in the later stages.
I want to see Blade for the movement speed, but I also want to see Hydra because when you throw out the daggers, like all these like AoE effects come through really fast. It's really funny.
It's really
pretty
pretty
there it is.
too.
Yeah, we get the Hydra.
Oh, perfect.
Wow.
Thank you, Migoi.
I love how like we were like gonna make a bet, like, oh yeah, like we're just gonna wait to see what finishes, and he just one shots it. He's got a lot of gold.
We did not really have a lot of time.
We did
between
not
the bet
realize.
and the result. Yeah. MSAP gonna be looking for some poke down there, but this is like really dangerous.
Oh.
Just watch this ultimate when it finally comes out for Migoi.
Here we go.
Just chasing down, and at any point the AoE could just take down anyone. Katarina just dancing through this fight. Migoi able to find another one. The bullet time off the back does so much. The Lucian's low gets taken down by Sleepy Bun. 7, 1, and 8 now on this Seraphine.
Some style points for me going on, as well as Niberia. Props to this high schooler. Well read. 20 pages in the book.
Yeah.
And a few
incredibly
more.
good.
22.
There's 22, almost at the 25 maximum. Congratulations.
25 max
teacher.
means that you graduate with a 4.0.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Easy 4.0. Also, just before the game is over, that's a really pretty Katarina skin. That's all I want to say.
Is that one of the new ones? Oh my gosh.
I
Look at
think
the back
so.
animation.
Yeah, the back animation's beautiful.
Oh.
The daggers are stunning. The Rift Herald is about to dance in front of the Nexus in a second here. Not quite.
Not quite, but does take one of the Nexus turrets.
Oh god, there comes the ultimate. That's just gonna be the end of the game.
That was through exhaust.
Triple comes out for Migoi. You can try and do anything here, but like literally under tower, taking all of the damage.
There it is.
The pentakill comes out for Migoi. A beautiful Katarina game for the mid laner of East Kentwood High School, and a beautiful game overall as they find their way to a clean 2-0 and a victory over all their competition for the Michigan Association of Secondary School Principals bracket.
Congratulations to the Grandmaster mid laner of EKHS with the pentakill. I think that's a great way to wrap up your season. Pull in a state championship. You know, I'd say it's a pretty good way to go out, as a couple more hits in the Nexus coming on in. But hey, EKHS, congrats to them taking this one. Beautiful series coming in, and me going on. Man, that's a heck of a player coming on out of that school.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I assume, this is going in your notebook in terms of scouting for next year.
Quite possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Might be higher ranked than 3 out of 5 members of my team right now.
Well, that's the really cool thing, though, especially able to bring out a Katarina in a competitive game and make it work. Like, there are literal Katarina one tricks in Academy who have not been able to successfully bring it out consistently. Catavolve brought it out once, and it was good. But
he has been playing it in houses as well, which has been fun to watch. But he goes Riftmaker, Gnasher's Tooth. Bit of a different build, but I think the book worked out pretty well that game.
I think so
we'll take
too.
The book. Yeah.
So I think really that was just East Kentwood putting on a clinic. That second game was just me going on, and Sleepy Bun really as well just came out out of the woodwork. Incredible play on that Seraphine.
Yeah, I think that's kind of highlights, you know, what me going on can do when you don't have to go up against Lysandra, right? With all that CC that's kind of point click. When you give that player a little bit more freedom, I mean, it's a lot of skill expression of that champion, and was able to show it flawlessly on that Katarina.
Yeah, so that is our first series going to be wrapped up. If you would like to get in on the action, don't worry. Spring season is about to open. Signups open on March 1st to compete at playversus.com. Stay tuned. There will be more League of Legends action after the break.